The aft unit will now be mated to the warhead with the use of 8 non-destructive bolts. The bolts are inserted through 8 ball and socket fittings. The ball and socket fittings protrude from the warhead unit into the aft unit. The 8 ball and socket fittings allow for precise alignment of the 2 missile sections. Each bolt was tightened to a specific inch-pound setting with the use of a torque wrench. The launcher will now be positioned over a pre-surveyed launch point. The launcher was towed into position by the 2.5-ton erector servicer truck. Seen here, the battery executive officer is giving instructions for the precise positioning of the launcher over the pre-surveyed site. The firing battery used its 5-ton wrecker truck to position the launcher. In the following scenes, the launcher will be raised slightly in order to remove its towing wheels and axle assembly. After removal of the wheel assembly, the launcher was then lowered back to the ground. Next, the launcher was precisely leveled. The 4 launcher pads were precisely adjusted by sighting in on 4 leveling bubbles. Servicing section personnel next unloaded and assembled the lightweight H-frame and A-frame assemblies. The H-frame and A-frame equipment was transported on the bed of the 2.5-ton erector servicer vehicle. The use of the H-frame allowed for the proper alignment and distance between the launcher and the 10-ton winch located on the bed of the 2.5-ton erector servicer vehicle. This alignment and distance was critical for raising the missile to its firing position. Next, the crew will rig the cable running from the 10-ton capacity winch to the top of the A-frame. The winch was located on the bed of the 2.5-ton Erector Servicer truck. The winch was operated by the Erector Servicer truck driver. Here we see the 2.5-ton Erector Servicer truck and the completed H-frame assembly. The crew will now engage a cable traveler to precisely wind the cable onto the winch drum. The 10-ton capacity winch was then operated to pull the A-frame to the vertical position. The block and tackle rigging seen here suspended from the apex of the A-frame was used for missile assembly.